Hey, everybody. Hope you're doing all right this afternoon. We are on Unit 1, Session 1. So we have gone all the way back to the beginning, as I've said in past videos and emails. Ultimately, that's the purpose of the Bible. When we finish it, we don't put it on a shelf and let it collect dust. We just start over again or pick up in a new spot in it. And so thank you guys so much for teaching and being faithful. I'll go over a couple things. As you get your curriculum this week, it's in a bit of a different format. So you'll notice a couple things from the new format. It's the same series and everything and pretty much the same content as well. But one thing you'll notice is that the units are a little bit more sporadic, meaning that previously it would be kind of like a unit each month. Our first unit is only 3 weeks. And then we move on. But then I think Unit 3 is something like 6 or 7 weeks. And so you will notice a bit different kind of pace towards the lesson. And then you will notice also a just new layout in the format of your curriculum. And so they do a much better job, I think, in this version of giving you points and giving you an opportunity to basically have an outline already there. And then it goes right into the commentary, and it still has those great and helpful articles like the Christ Connection and the Essential Doctrines and all that good stuff. And so I want you to know that that's at your resource, or that's at your disposal as well. Just wanted to help you as you walk through it. They do give some good points in here, and some weeks I will stick with the points, but I know that you can also read, and so I definitely wanted to maybe give some more insight that maybe some more things you could add, or maybe even just a different way of talking about it. And so the points that are laid out in the curriculum are as follows. It goes: 1, God created everything good. 2, God created everything by design. And 3, God created everything with purpose. Those things are all true, and all that is laid out in detail in your curriculum. However, I think there's a couple things that we want to focus on in this. And if you look at the main point at the top, it says that everything was created by God out of nothing, and it revealed His glory. And I think that's a great thing for us to look at. And so I just want to touch on those three clauses, if you will, for a brief moment. Number 1, so yeah, God created everything. God created everything, and that's what we see in Genesis chapter 1. And that might seem very foundational, but when we look at a world that is full of different viewpoints of how we got here, it's important for us to stand firm on this reality that God did create everything. And with that, as the creator, there is an authority that belongs to God that is unique just to Him. And so when we think about this, we understand that because He created everything, He's ultimately the designer of everything, and He knows how everything is to be used, right? And when we get to the part when we talk about Him creating us, we know that we were created by God, and we were created for a particular role and intention as well. And so because God created everything, that gives Him this unique authority as the creator to do it with what His creation, what He wants, right? Or at least the way He intends. The second thing is that He created it out of nothing. And so the Latin phrase for this that you'll hear in many theological circles is ex nihilo, creation ex nihilo, which means ex nihilo means out of nothing. And so this is important because it shows God's power all the more. That there was literally nothing before God created it, and He didn't use a pool of resources. He didn't use someone else's ideas. In the beginning, there was only God, right? Or the Godhead, the Trinity itself. That was all that there was. And so He created everything that there ever was out of nothing, right? Shows His power, right? It shows who He is. And it shows that His design is His design. It's not a concept of what was already given to Him or a concept of someone else's idea. God is the originator within those ideas, within those concepts. And that's part of what it means that He created everything out of nothing. And then thirdly, it reveals His glory, right? His creation reveals His glory. Anytime you meet the manufacturer or the creator or the inventor, if you will, of something, or even the writer, if it's an author, right? There's this kind of like superstar mentality that we get when we come into contact with them, right? Especially if it's something of a great magnitude. And so think about that. Like when God, it's important to understand that God is the creator, and he did so not by building anything with his hands. He literally spoke it into existence. He spoke it into existence. And man, in that, he reveals his glory. He reveals his power. He reveals that, hey, because everything was created by God, then everything is for God and to bring him honor and glory in all things. So I hope that's helpful for you. Maybe that helps you go a little deeper with some of these points that the curriculum already lays out. Thank you, guys.